G'day guys, and today being Wednesday, you know what it means, it's review day, and what I'm going to bring you today for review is actually something that I've been looking at since they first come out, and then I bit the bullet and bought myself a set, and I am talking about these. This is the Sparrows Sliver set. Absolutely fantastic. It arrived, I got it Friday, and I've been playing with it over the last few days. It's not, normally I test everything for a good solid week or so, or more before I review it, so I can give you my 100% honest opinion on the products and really put them through the ringer. But when it comes to these, this isn't a pick set that I would use every single day, all day. So, you know, it's a every now and then set. So for testing it for every now and then, it is absolutely fantastic. First thing you'll notice with this set is it actually comes in a tuxedo style case. This is a dark green. And just for comparison, I have my Sparrows tuxedo set right next to it. And as you can see, there's a slight difference with the logo, and the colour is a lot darker than the tuxedo set. But you open it up, nice Velcro to hold all the picks in, and you get a total of 11 picks, excuse me, in this set. So let me pause this, we'll get them all out and we will go through it. Okay, so I've got them all set out here into their groups. So I've got all the hooks on the left and all the rakes on the right. So we'll go through each one and we will have a look. So the first one you get is a Sparrows short hook, and I mean these things are super thin. I mean they are really flexy. They're like tin foil. So very thin. In comparison, if I grab the 15 thousandths, thought I was missing a hook then. No? Maybe I'm just going crazy. I don't know what I've done with it. That's alright. Bit off subject. So, two very similar hooks. One is in 15 thousandths and the other is in the 12. So if I put them together and have the 15 on the left, as you can see there is quite a bit of difference. You can see the gap running down the center between the two. So a lot of difference. Very thin, like I was saying, like tin foils. So super thin, and being 12 thousandths, perfect for those very restricted keyways. And I've got a couple that I'll show you how well they go. So you get a short hook, you get another short hook, but a little bit more of a squared off top to it, and none of these I would recommend finishing because of the how thin they are. Don't really need it. You get a high hook or a deep hook with a very fine tip to him as well, and another deep hook, but this one has a little V, camera cooperate, little notch just in the tip there to really center it on the pins. So you get nice selection of hooks. You get one of my favorite hooks of all time, the offset hybrid. Come on camera. Beautiful hook, that one. Very fun to use, and I really do like using it. And has got a really good shape to it in the 12 thousandths. If I grab a standard 25 thousandth one, could be because I finished the 25 thousandths, but a little bit more prominent tip to it on the 12 thousandths, but all identical to the standard ones. You get a half diamond, so always comes in handy. So that is all the hooks. Now we can go on to the rakes. So you get a nice selection of rakes. One of my favourites is the L rake or the city rake, and 12 thousandths, that is almost pushing it, I reckon. You wouldn't really want to go putting too much pressure on with a city rake in the lock in 12 thousandths, but it's there. You get another awesome Sparrows rake, which is the worm, and I have been using these. These are absolutely fantastic. You get the always popular, that thin, they're hard to pick up, bow guitar or triple peak bow guitar. Beautiful, beautiful rake. You get the double peak bow guitar, and of course, lucky last, Sparrows version of the snake rake, which they call their best buster. But absolutely beautiful, beautiful picks, and they all got the .012 all stamp cut out of it. There's no sharp edges on these whatsoever. So they have, as I was saying, you really don't need to do any work to them. I wouldn't try sanding them out, just they're that thin. You know, you're just going to take off way too much material very, very quickly. But, you know, straight out the pack, I've been using these and I have no complaints at all. Some restricted keyways to show you. So I did have a few sitting here ready to go. So the first one is probably a bit more of a wide open keyway. So this is a gold lock sent from Stromy from Japan. So as you can see, you got chunks of boarding either side. And just as a demonstration purpose, I grabbed that 15 thousandths pick from Sparrows as well. So 15 thousandths first. You can see, if I get it just the front here, 15 gets stuck quite a bit on that boarding in between, which, as you can see, gets wedged in there. But if I grab the exact same hook in the 12 thousandths, I can pick from the bottom of the keyway and lift that pin right up to the top, and it barely gets pinched. Little bit of wiggle room, so perfect for paracentric keyways like that. Or if we take it up a notch, I have a Novus here, and as you can see, it says Novus that way. Quite a ward-filled lock. So all those nice little chunks of boarding sticking out there to get the picks stuck. For a 15 thousandths, you can get right up to about there, and it doesn't like to go past that S-bend. It gets stuck, whereas a 12 thousandths, exact same pick profile, but 12, I can go from the bottom there right up to the top of the keyway with a little bit of wiggle room in there to play around with. So absolutely perfect for keyways like that. And last, this very, very tight JA Lockwood. Very, very tight keyway on that one. 15 thousandths you can't pick from the bottom at all, because you get stuck right there on that warding, so you kind of have to go down the side here from this edge. I'm trying to get the pick to go in there just a little bit. It's gone to that first pin. And you can just make it in to it, but with a 12 thousandths you pretty much have the same trouble. It's just a little bit thinner, so it doesn't pinch quite as much on the come on camera, on this ledge just here. It doesn't get pinched quite as much as the 15 thousandths. So perfect for restricted keyways. So that is pretty much my review of it. I mean, I absolutely love this set. You know, they're great for restricted keyways, and they're not something that you would use every single day unless you are picking a lot of restricted keyway locks. For me, this is not a set for beginners at all. I do not recommend this set for beginners, mainly because they'll probably bust these as soon as they get them. They are very, very thin, and they will not hold up to the amount of abuse that a normal pick would actually be able to tolerate. Other thing I'll just quickly show you is, if I grab the two short hooks, I have the standard Sparrows in 25 thousandths and the 12 thousandths on the top, and you probably can't quite make it out, but the thickness of the shaft is a lot different on both of these picks. If I put the one at the front, try and match these up, they are just a smidgen wider. So as you can see, just a smidgen, come on camera, wider in the thickness of the shafts here. That way they can put up with a little bit more abuse. And if they were thinner, you wouldn't be able to lift up any pin because it would just bend straight away. So a little bit more width in here to add a little bit more durability to it. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Not a set for beginners, more your intermediate to expert pickers. Also, because they are really, really thin, they kind of flex around in the hand quite a lot, which I'm not a big fan of. So, I mean, that's nothing, a little bit of a heat shrink tubing on here, the adhesive stuff would fix that up a little bit more. If it still flexes around a bit too much for your liking, you can take a piece of wiper blade insert. No, just a small piece. You can cut it, put that down there, and then heat shrink it, and that will add a little bit more stiffness to the handles on it. But yeah, just for me, I'd like a little bit wider because they are super thin. Probably would have liked to have seen these with the laminated handles or the textured grip handles like Sparrows normally have. But other than that, absolutely fantastic kit. Highly recommend it for expert and intermediate pickers. As I was saying, they are 12 thousandths, so you do have to be very, very careful. You can't go using heavy tension. Wouldn't recommend using these on lockwoods, not the padlocks or anything, because the springs in it will, and the amount of pressure you have to use, these will snap. So very, very delicate. But for a commercially available pick set in 12 thousandths, this is absolutely fantastic. As I was saying, I've been playing with it for the last few days, having to go on a few of these restricted keyways, and I've had no problems, but I'm using very, very light tension and not putting too much pressure on the picks either. So, which you wouldn't on a set this thin. But yeah, that is pretty much my review of the Sparrows Sliver pick set. But as you all want to know, the price. Well, I paid $41 Australian for this from locksmithstoolbox.com. 41 bucks Australian, which is an absolute bargain for a pick set like this. It is Sparrows. The steel that these are made from is the same as their other picks. So the 301 cold rolled American made max steel. So pretty durable steel, pretty good stuff. They are made from the exact same steel. So $41 Australian from locksmithstoolbox.com will work out to $28.36 American. Or for those in Canada, not Canada, Canadian dollars is $38.11. And for everyone over in Great Britain, that works out to £22.25. So absolute bargain for a set like this. Highly recommend getting it if you get into restricted keyways. Not for beginners, but for intermediate to expert pickers that have had a bit of experience with 15 thousandths, but you can't quite get them into some of the locks you got. Definitely get a set of these. So there we go. That's our review for this Wednesday. And as always follow the codes. Keep Locksport legal, you know. Don't go do anything stupid. Please jump down the bottom here is that little subscribe button. Click that one and jump over this side here and hit that notification bell. That way you can stay up to date. As soon as I upload a video, you'll be one of the first to know. You know, I try to upload 2 to 3 to 4 videos per week, depending on work and everything else that I've got going on. Don't forget to come and join us on Discord, Extremely League of Pickers. The link is in the description below. So definitely click on that link. Don't forget, you can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, where I'll put up post photos, what's going on in the background, all the fun stuff that happens around here, pretty much. As I was saying before, if you want to grab yourself a set of these or other great equipment at very competitive prices, please check out locksmithstoolbox.com. Absolutely fantastic Australian company. As you know, that's where I get all my lockpicking equipment from. If you want to get in contact with me, you can contact me through any of the social medias, Discord, or send us an email at darkheartslockpicking@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you. If you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up. Really do appreciate it. And until next time, cheers guys.